Good morning, YouTube. How are you? Today is, what is today? Hold on, let me get my cell phone. Oh, since I'm standing up. Yes. I'm settling in. All right. So, good morning. And today is Thursday, January 7th. It's been approximately 2 weeks since we had our last video together. And all right, we had the holiday too, so let's go for some stats. Okay, so number one, my highest weight ever, I was 300 plus, about 2003-ish. That's a whole nother story, won't get into that. I went to And I would always maintain, I lost like 70 pounds. So I'd always maintain anywhere between 230, 250, 255. So this year, my highest weight ever was not ever, but this year, it was 264 pounds at the end of July. And the date of surgery, I had the sleeve at GBNC with Dr. Bellows. I was 250 pounds. And now we are approximately, was it 4 months? Are we 4.5 months? September, October, November, December. Ooh, we about 4.5 months. So 4.5 months in, and I am 215 pounds. I am very grateful for that. I have not lost any weight in the last 2 weeks. Probably lost weight up and down, but whatever. As of this morning's scale, that's where I basically am. And the reason that happened, and I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not. Hey, I enjoyed the holidays. This holiday, I did cook some of the time. I ate everything, and that was the reason why I have my standstill, because I ate everything. I wasn't strict. No refined carbs, no breads. I enjoyed everything. So, the biggest thing that I've learned, especially about the holiday, is you can only eat so much. So if you do not fill it up with mostly protein, all your proteins and your veggies, maybe some fruit, and you start to, in that small space, start to put a little bit of cake here, a little bit of meat here, a little bit of meat, what are you going to do? You're not going to get all your full nutrition, and you're going to be eating a little bit of everything, and you're going to be at a standstill, because I know how carbs react to my body. I can also feel how it begin to react, and how what a carb, like they have the carb, they call it a carb addict, and how the carbs begin. And I could feel, and this was a great test, because I could feel like when I started eating the sweets more, or the potatoes or whatever, how it would feel in my bloodstream. And what happens is, there comes a point in time where you feel it, but you keep doing it. And so when you keep doing it, that's when you no longer kind of feel it anymore. So I am, as of my daughter's birthday is the 5th, so every January up to the 5th, because one of the things is, just because I had this surgery and I was doing some life-changing stuff, I had started already some life-changing stuff, but I didn't want to change my life to the point. I wanted what it was going to be normal for me. Everybody's normal is not the same. So normal for me is that the holidays come, my daughter's birthday rolls around, and then I go into like a cleanse. And that's basically what I did. And here's the thing is, I mean, like I said, I can only eat so much. So it's not like I pushed my my pouch, my stomach, I stretched it out by overeating. No, because when you're full, you're gonna stop. So I stopped. So my thing is to continue, like, today is the 7th. So yesterday I began my cleanse, and my cleanse, I still have to eat meat, because we got to get our protein in. Beans ain't gonna kick it for me. I need some more than just beans. I need some whatever. Okay, it's working for me. That's all I got to say. It's working. When it ain't working, then you need to switch it up, I guess. For you got, this is your journey, and you have to remember that. So people can give you advice based on their journey and their experience, but if you don't go and do the work for yourself and find out who you are and figure out what works for you, And, and just stand in your truth and what works. And when it ain't working, baby, be truthful to yourself, because that's the biggest problem that we got where we are anyway, because we lied to ourselves for so long. So anyway, so yes, like I said, I enjoyed the holiday, and now I'm in that place where I'm getting back to the low carb, everything, no, bring that sugar level all the way down. Whatever the carb, I don't measure, but when you feel good. When you're in that right place and you're kicking it and everything is doing the way you want it to do. So that's my stats. Maybe because I'm back on track, maybe by January 31st, which is my birthday, I could lose 16 pounds. Who knows? And if I can lose 16 pounds by my birthday, I will be under the 200 mark. And I'm going to get my little tattoo here with some butterflies and 100 disappearing, because I would have lost 100 pounds. So I hope that you enjoyed your holidays. I hope that this new year is blessed. I hope that you are learning who you are, because it's wonderful getting all these tools and reading the books. But if you don't know who you are, you're just like the wind. You're just being tossed and turned because you're going, oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to try that. Oh, You need to know who you are. And I like to say that your spirit first, clothed in the soul, expressing in your body and affairs. But sometimes that's a little bit deep for most folks. And that's okay. So what I say is take the time and sit with you. Take the time and get to know you. Take the time and date you. Take the time and be your own mama, be your own daddy, be your own everything, so that you can get to know who you are. What's going to work for you? What's not? You know, now this is my journey. How did I get that fat or obese, morbidly obese? Because I am no longer morbid. How did I get there? Well, in my early 20s, first off, dealing with everything in my life, nobody teaching you how to live life. I've always enjoyed food ever since I was a little girl. I've never been a skinny little girl. I don't know what a size 0 looks like. I never will in my bone structure. I don't think my bone structure. I might be able to see an 8, maybe. But I really don't care. I mean, size 12 and below. Oh, yes, I am wearing a 14 plus, 16 misses comfortably. I have 14 pants, regular 14 pants, and another 10 pounds. I will be fitting them fine. So that's where I am as far as what weight-wise. But when I was in my 20s and I got married for the first time and I was stressed, and food became that best friend, that love of my life that I could always turn to, even when life didn't seem like it was going the way it was supposed to. Food was always there. And one of the things that me and my first husband used to do all the time was we would go to all you can eats. And if anybody remembers the Fat Boys, yeah, we would get down. We would have competitions to see who could eat the most. I mean, I remember seeing 8 to 10 plates for both of us. Um, and so you figure continuous stress and eating food like that, that's going to stretch your stomach out. And I mean, if you eating 10 to 12 plates, that's a lot of food for one person to eat. So why would my stomach not be the size of a football? Um, and so because I would work. I mean, I was healthy. I'd walk, whatever. I'm from New York, but 80% of weight loss or weight maintenance is diet. So if you're eating everything and anything, what do you think? And then not only that, having 2 and second and third helpings, your stomach is stretching. So even when you try to go, quote unquote, healthy, you try to eat less, guess what? You're starving because you're not getting what you need. And so you sabotage your diet. You try this, you try that, because nothing is filling you up. And when you're not feeling full, that is a very frustrating feel. And then you take these pills, right? So the pills try to make your appetite suppress. But how much, if your stomach is this, how much suppression are you going to be able to suppress? So for the last 20, I'm going to be 47 at the end of the month. So I'd say for the last 25 years or so, I had this prayer. I was like, if I could just have a magic knife and cut my stomach down, I would lose weight. Because I know how to lose weight. I could write a book on nutrition. I can write a book on how to exercise. Because I'm gonna tell you, the way that I exercise sometimes, if that was gonna make you lose weight, I haven't been exercising as much since I've had the surgery. But that's a whole nother story. Um, I would be skinny, but it's not about it. There's only 20%. So why was I working out so hard and still trying to eat? Because my stomach was so big. So anyway, this year my prayer was answered. And I decided on doing the sleeve versus the bypass. Even though you could lose more with the bypass, to me it wasn't about losing more. It was about my wish to shrink my stomach. I didn't want to bypass anything and change anything. It works for some, and some people it works, but it causes a lot of other damage, other problems, or whatever. For me, it was just, I just wanted a smaller stomach. I didn't want to rearrange anything. And that's why the sleeve for me was best. I'm not looking to be skinny. I've never looked to be skinny. Look, I got broad shoulders. I mean, even when I got muscles already, I've got the little hanging skin, but this is muscle. I got this, but that's muscle up there. I got, the type of work as a massage therapist. So, my legs, they're starting to thin out, but they're muscular. Everything is in the middle, and I stood up earlier. I don't need to stand up again, but the point is, learning about me was I needed a tool that would cause me to eat smaller. So over the years, I can't even eat like I used to when I was younger. I don't even have the appetite for it, but that still didn't stop my stomach from, let me tell you, this is normal for most people. You go out, you have an appetizer, right? And in this country, we're obese, we're all big. You have an appetizer. You may have soup and salad, super salad to go with your meal. You have your meal and you have dessert. Every now and then I may skip the appetizer so I can have the dessert. And I'll be full and satisfied and happy. But how much food was that? You're ingesting easily maybe 2,000 calories or more, but you don't even realize it. So now, when I say this is what I can eat, this is what I can eat. So that includes my dessert too. So I have to, if I'm going to have a dessert, if I go out with my friends. So if 80% is what you eat, let's take that 80 and make it 100%. And this is what I started getting when it came to for me. If 80% of the time I am eating right and doing good, my body is great, my blood work, everything is healthy. And at 20%, so if I take the next couple of weeks, next 3 to 4 weeks, and do a quote unquote reset, cleanse, whatever people want to call it. I'm trying to do no sweet, no sugars, no potatoes, no breads, rice, any of those things, alternatives. Like I'm gonna have spaghetti tonight, but I'm not using spaghetti. My family might have spaghetti, but I'm gonna have spaghetti squash, which I love. So I'm gonna have the spaghetti squash. If there's rice, I'm gonna have cauliflower. So you find out the alternatives, and that's gonna make the difference, and it's gonna recharge my body. It's like a recharge. So that's what I'm gonna do. And 80% of this year, I mean, how much? The holidays is only a couple of weeks. You only got how many holidays that you go crazy? Your birthday maybe, and you don't even do it the same way as you do with Christmas, because every time you turn around, there's a Christmas party all through the month. So there's something going on. So it's the birthday is not the same as Christmas, and Thanksgiving is one day. And even if it's somebody else's birthday, you don't eat the way, you can always make choices. Like, I love that. I went to the Outback for my daughter's birthday. I ate well. I had a kid's meal. I had the sirloin and broccoli. I did have some of her Thunder Down Under. I already told you what I was going to do. So when you look at you and what's going to work for you, that's why I'm not even worried about once I get into a maintenance phase. I understand me. That's what you need to be doing on your journey. Understand you so that nobody can tell you about you more than you. Remember, you are God over your life, that you've been given dominion to take over your life. Don't worry about somebody else's. Worry about yours. Because when you get sick, you should be able to buy track. But most time track, oh, even if it's cancer, yes, um, sometimes they say cancer is related to anger or whatever, but you could do the internal work. And you know that internal work can change what's going on the outside because I believe that you're the thinker that thinks the thing, that you create your world. So life will happen. Sometimes it's beyond your control. We live in toxic environments and it causes different things, but you can still change your outcome. You can still see how you look at things and it doesn't have to be so bad. You know, you can keep your mind on things that are lovely and just. So, on that note, I see the time. Um, I guess this message was about learn you. What's going to work for you? Date you. Study you. Because guess what? It is your world. Ain't nobody gonna make you happy but you. Ain't nobody gonna love you like you do. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for you like you. So know you so that when people do for you, you'll know how to receive it. And if they do for you, you know how to do for them. If you don't know, most of the time people love you to the extent that you love yourself. So if you love yourself, I mean, really indulge in yourself, the people it's gonna be like a magnet. You're gonna draw that back, and you're gonna see other people loving themselves like you. And even if you don't, that's none of your business. The only business is your business is you. What are you doing about you? You're responsible for how you show up into this realm. So anyway, 17 minutes. Ooh, let me go. I just want to say I love you, Facebook. I will be back in 2 weeks, and you know I'm going to have a good report. I will lose some weight. Maybe I'll make up for the 2 pounds I would have lost or the 1 pound, and it might be 5 pounds. Who knows? But I am excited about my journey. Even if I'm on the 31st of this month, I don't lose. If I'm not under the 200 mark, guess what? I am okay with that because I love me. And this is my journey. I threw shame and guilt out the window. Useless emotions. They don't do nothing for you. Anyway, but make you feel bad. You don't need to feel bad. You got enough out here making you feel bad. And then you got to reject that. But anyway, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Happy New Year. Happy New You. Sign up on my channel. Ask questions, whatever it is. And, thank you for being a part of my journey. You're watching my video, and I thank you. And there are others that I'm watching, and I said I was going to get the list together because I'm going to give some shout outs. All right. Bye-bye. Mwah.